and record it. So this is page 73 in your little math book. So let's look at the practice problem. Hakeem has 100 tomato plants. He wants to plant them in rows of 8. How many full rows will he have? So what is my division problem? Helena?
100 divided by 8.
Good. So I'm taking 100 and I'm dividing it by 8. So now I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to keep going, right? Now, if I count by 8s, would that be faster?
Yes.
Okay, so let's count by 8s. 8, 16, 24, 8 times 4, 32, 8 times 5, 40, 8 times 6, 48. If you have a multiplication sheet. All right, 8 times 7, 56, 8 times 8, 64, 8 times 9, 72, 8 times 10, 80, 8 times 11, 88, 8 times 12, 96. Okay, am I going to get another 8 in there? Let's start at 96. So if I start at 96, I had 97, 98, 99, 100. Now, how many full rows do I have? Let's count my rows. These represent each row, right? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rows. So how many full rows? 12 full rows. Because it's only asking for the full rows. Yeah. It will have a remainder of 4, but it doesn't ask for that remainder. So in this case, it is very important that you read the question to make sure you are paying attention to what the question is asking. Jocelyn, where's your little math? Oh, you don't have your little math book. Okay. All right. Number 2. A teacher has 27 students in her class. She asks the students to form as many groups of 4 as possible. How many students will not be in a group? So in this problem, first of all, what is the division problem?
27.
Jaden?
27 divided by
Yes, 27 divided by 4. I can write it this way. I can also write it as 27 divided by 4. All right. So I'm looking at 27 divided by 4. Now, what is this asking? What am I going to ask? Is it looking for... In this problem, what is it? What information is? I'm on page 73. Well, it's not asking about the groups. What's it asking? Nope, we still need those. Janira, what is this problem asking? Well, yes, I will need to divide 27 by 4, but what information does it want for the answer?
How many?
How many what?
How many students will have? in the group.
Okay, so Elena, what is that? That's going to be my what? If it's asking me how many students will not be in a group, what information is this looking for? Yeah, and that's going to be what? What part of my problem is that going to be? Should we solve it and then maybe we'll see? Okay. So, I have groups of 4. 1, 2, what? Hold on. 3. I'm going to give, don't worry guys, I'm going to let you take a quiz on this in just a few minutes. You'll be fine. You'll be fine because we're going to do this together. Yes, this is division. This is the same thing we were working on Friday. So I have 27 divided by 4. You can work this with me. If you're working this with me, the paper on your desk is scratch paper, Jeremiah and Cody. We're on page 73. All right, so 27 divided by 4. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, let's say I just count by 4s. 4. 4 times 2. 4 times 3. 4 times 4. 4 times 5. 4 times 6. 24. Okay, now, if I go to 4 times 7, I'm going to go to 28, and that is too high. So I'm going to start with 24, and I'm going to say 25, 26, 27. So all of these, how many groups of 4 do I have? So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What I did here is I'm just counting by 4 instead of having to put my dots. If you need to put your dots, you can. So each of these represents a group of 4. So I was counting by 4s instead of just putting my dots. Okay. So how many groups of 4 do I have? Citavian, how many groups of 4 do I have? I have 6 groups of 4, and then I have what? I have a remainder of 3. Now, let's look back at the question. How many students will not be in a group? What information is that asking for?
The remainder.
It's asking for the remainder. Because the 3 that are left over, my remainder of 3, those are students that won't fit into a group. So how many students will not be in a group? 3 students. Go ahead. Okay, a sporting goods company can ship 6 footballs in each carton. How many cartons are needed to ship 75 footballs? So, what is the division problem here? Cody? Okay, well, it's 75 divided by 6. It's my bigger number goes first. So 75 divided by 6. I'm going to write it both ways so you can see it both ways. All right. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is figure out my groups of 6. I can draw dots, or I can count by 6s. All right, let's count by 6s. 6 times 1 is 6. What? Hang on one second. You ready? 6 times 2?
12.
6 times 3?
18.
6 times 4?
24.
6 times 5?
30.
6 times 6?
36.
6 times 7?
42.
6 times 8?
48.
6 times 9?
54.
6 times 10?
60.
6 times 11?
66.
6 times 12?
72.
All right, and then I'm going to need to count from there, right? 72, 73, 74, 75. Okay. So each group, I need only 6 footballs will fit into a box, right? And I need to figure out how many boxes it's going to take to ship 75 footballs. What? Okay. How many full boxes will I have? I'll have 12 full boxes, okay, because each one of these represents a full box. So I count that up, that's 12. How many will I have left over?
3.
So I have a remainder of 3. Now, when I look at the question, how many cartons am I going to need? How many boxes will I need to ship those 75 footballs? Will 12 boxes ship 75 footballs?
No.
No, 12 boxes will ship 72 footballs. So how many boxes will I need to ship? Okay, I have 3 left over. I have 3 left over, so I just have to add 1 to this quotient. So I'll need 13 boxes. Or cartons, I call them here. Okay, right? Because I have that remainder of 3, so I just have to add 1 more box. And if I have 1 more box, then I'll have 75 footballs. All right, a carpenter do what? No, I went all the way to 72. Okay, a carpenter has a board that is 10 feet long. He wants to make 6 table legs that are all the same length. What is the longest each leg can be? So what am I doing here? Jaden? Say it again. Okay, I'm not dividing 6 into groups of 10. I'm dividing 10 into groups of 6. So it's 10 divided by 6. Okay. So here, this probably I can do pretty quickly with dots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many groups of 6 do I have? Does everybody see that? I have 1 group of 6. What do I have left over?
4.
I have 4. Now, I have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 left over. Now, in this case where I'm taking 1 long piece and I'm cutting it into equal sections, what will I do with the remainder? I'm going to make it a fraction. And I do that by putting the remainder over the divisor. So it's 1 4/6 feet is how long each one can be. All right. Allie wants to arrange her flower garden in 8 equal rows. She buys 60 plants. What is the greatest number of plants she can put in each row? What is my division problem, Madison? 60 divided by 8. I'm going to write it both ways so you see it both ways. What? You only have to write it one way. I'm showing it to you both ways so that you will recognize that this and this ask the same question. Yes? Everything in this pile is scratch paper. All right, so I'm going to put it in rows of 8. And I'm going to count by 8s to make it go faster. So I have 1 row of 8, that's 8. 2 rows of 8,
16.
3 rows of 8,
24.
4 rows of 8,
32.
5 rows of 8,
40.
6 rows of 8,
48.
7 rows of 8.
56.
Okay, what's 8 rows of 8?
8 rows of 8. 64.
64, so that's too many, right? So I'll start with 56, so that's 8 rows of 8, or 7 rows of 8. And then I have 57, 58, 59, and 60. All right. So what is the greatest number of plants she can put in each row and still have the same number? So, for example, if I were making this an array, right, I would have dots here. So this would be 1 row, yes? How many rows would I have, or how many plants in each row?
7.
Yeah, 7. So 7 plants. All right. Joanna has 70 beads. She uses 8 beads for each bracelet. She makes as many bracelets as possible. How many beads will Joanna have left over? This question is asking for the remainder. This is asking for what's left over, the remainder. What is my division problem here, Jalea? Okay, 70 divided by 8. Yeah, I do have a daughter named Joanna. All right, let's count by 8s to see how many bracelets she can make. 8 times 1? 8. 8 times 2.
16.
So that's 2 bracelets. 3.
24.
4.
32.
5.
40.
6.
48.
7.
56.
8.
64.
9. 72. 72 is too high, isn't it? So I'll start at 64. So here's 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. All right. So how many full groups of 8 do I have? Let's count. Each of these is a full group of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Each of those is a full group of 8. So I have 8 groups of 8. How many do I have left over? I have 6 left over right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So, Miss I was like right on the dots, but not on the numbers.
Okay, if you need to draw the dots, you can draw the dots. If you need to draw the dots, you can draw the dots. Now, what is the answer to this problem? Yeah, it's the 6, because it just wants to know how many she has left over. So she has 6 beads left over. All right, let's look at the next one. Because y'all, in just a second, I'm going to give you all a quiz, and it's going to look like this. All right. A teacher wants to give 3 markers to each of her 25 students. Markers come in packages of 8. How many packages of markers will the teacher need? So, what is my division problem here? 25 divided by 3. So I have 25 students, and I want to give each student 3 markers. All right, let's count by 3s to see how many no. Oh, wait, no. This is a 2-step problem. Sorry. Let me look at this. All right, because here's the deal. I have 25 students. Sorry, we have to read carefully. I have 25 students. How many markers is each student going to get? 3. So before I divide, what do I have to do to figure out how many markers I need? I need to multiply 3 times 25. Right? Because to give each student 1 marker, that's 25. And to give each student 2 markers, what's that? Think quarters. If I have 3 quarters, how much do I have? 75. 3 times 25 is 75. So I need 75 markers. How many markers are in each box of markers?
10? No, 8.
What does it tell me in the problem? I don't have to guess. It's right there in the problem. 8. So I'm going to divide those 75 markers into groups of 8. Because there are 8 markers in each package. So let's count by 8 to see how many packages of markers I'm going to need. So 1 package will give me 8, 2,
16,
3,
24.
4,
32.
5,
40.
6,
48.
7,
66.
8,
64.
9.
72.
All right, I'm not going to go to 10, am I? No, so I need 72, and then I have 73, 74, 75. Okay, so this is 1 package of markers, 2 packages of markers, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 packages of markers, but if I have 9 packages of markers, will I have enough? So how many packages of markers will I need to buy to make sure that I have 75? That'll be okay. How many markers will I need to buy? Is that you? How many markers will I need? How many packages of markers will I need to buy to make sure I have 75? Good. If I have 9 packages of 8, how many markers will I have? 9 packages of 8 will be 72 markers. I need 10 packages because 9 won't be enough. And I can't go to the store and pull 3 markers out of a package and say, I'm just going to buy these 3, right? That doesn't work. So how many packages do I need? I need 10 packages. All right, this is math in the real world.